everything that people talk about with this team, the pitching lab, the strategy, the culture, getting over here, what is it like actually being in it, working with Hefner versus what you might have heard or saw last year?
I think from the outside looking in, it's easy to think I'm going to go there and they're just going to like, just do this and you're going to be good. But I do think the culture plays a giant aspect in it. Like, I'm just having a lot of fun and get along with the guys really well and feel like I can be myself. And then, like I was saying, like, guys are just building off each other's outings. Like, we have this little thing going. We're trying to get first pitch strikes. Like, the first guy that can go 9 for 9 with first pitch strikes, they're going to get some money. So
I love that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a great nugget.
starters, bullpen, like we're trying to pick each other up. Offense has been doing an awesome job staying in the games. It's just fun to be a part of a team that's just the sole focus is just trying to get a win any way we can.
Welcome to Meet at the Apple, presented by PC Richard & Son. I'm Vito, Calise. That's Jonathan Barron. We're here with Griffin Canning. Griffin, you're off to a great start. So just a general question we like to ask guys when they're off to a start like this is, what's clicking? What feels good this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it's just kind of going into each game and kind of understanding my game plan and how I'm going to attack guys. But, I mean, I've thrown to Louis mostly. I think I threw to Sanger maybe once against Toronto. But just kind of being on the same page with the catchers back there and just kind of trusting them and then letting the defense do their thing.
We're seeing a bit of a different Griffin Canning this year compared to last year. Did a little stalking of the Baseball Savant page. The slider usage is up. In your last start against the Cardinals, 16 whiffs, 8 strikeouts. The four-seam fastball was your weapon of choice in that start. So what's been your game plan in all the starts, helping you have the success that you've been having so far?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm going to lean on the slider and the changeup just because those are two of my better pitches. So, I mean, I'd be kind of stupid not to, right? Like, I think you're seeing more guys do that across the league. It's just kind of lean on their best pitches a little bit more. Yeah, I think that's the general game plan going into each start, but the hitters are going to kind of tell me what they're looking for, and it's our job to kind of adjust and go from there.
So in that Cardinals start, like I mentioned, the four-seamer was really the weapon that you had the success with, and we talked about this in our episode on Sunday, recapping that series. I guessed that, or I theorized, you were kind of pitching backwards a little bit. Maybe the Cardinals were going up there looking for the changeup, the slider, knowing that that's your bread and butter, and instead you were keeping them off balance, giving them the four-seamer, dotting, painting, brilliant. Am I right or am I wrong in that assumption?
Yeah, it did feel like kind of early. I think even in the first inning, like the ground out that Donovan had, I thought it was pretty good, like executed changeup, and he was just kind of on it a little bit. So I feel like from there it was kind of like, hey, let's maybe attack with the fastball a little bit more and see how that plays. And yeah, just kind of watching what the hitters are telling you and rolling with that.
So after that game, you talked to the media and you said that was a start that you felt so good about, that was your blueprint and what you felt comfortable and what you wanted to use for the season going forward. So after that game, looking at tape and looking forward to this Phillies game that we have tomorrow, how are you already putting the pieces of that puzzle together?
I haven't. I'll look at it tonight. Kind of how I want to attack these guys, and I'll watch Tyler pitch tonight and see kind of how the hitters are responding to certain pitches. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be slider changeup, but like I said, it's the blueprint, and obviously it's easy to say that after an outing goes well, but I think every start's gonna be a little bit different. Sometimes the fastball feels like it has more life. Sometimes the slider and the changeup feel a little bit better. So it's just being a pitcher and just kind of playing the game.
You mentioned talking to Tyler. Different staff this year. Obviously, your first season with the Mets. You spent your entire career as an Angel prior to coming over here. What's the camaraderie like? It's a very unique pitching staff. We've talked about this a lot. It seems like everyone has a different trick to get opposing hitters out, but I know that you guys are always talking. So what's it like in that pitcher's room?
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, I think we're pretty tight. And then Sean being here is really fun. He makes things a lot of fun. He's
the glue.
He's always joking around. He's always got fun things for us to do, just kind of little games on the bench and stuff in the clubhouse. But yeah, I feel like we're all just kind of building off each other's outings. We all talk to each other a lot about pitch grips and how to attack guys, mechanics. Like I learned a lot from Hef and Desi, but Tyler, Clay, PD, Senga, everybody. Like we're all collaborating and trying to help each other get better.
So I'm sure you heard about it before coming over here, but the Jeremy Hefner Kool-Aid, like everything that people talk about with this team, the pitching lab, the strategy, the culture, getting over here, what is it like actually being in it, working with Hefner versus what you might have heard or saw last year?
Yeah, I think from the outside looking in, it's easy to think I'm going to go there and they're just going to like, just do this and you're going to be good. But I do think the culture plays a giant aspect in it. Like, I'm just having a lot of fun and get along with the guys really well and feel like I can be myself. And then, like I was saying, like, guys are just building off each other's outings. Like, we have this little thing going. We're trying to get first pitch strikes. Like, the first guy that can go 9 for 9 with first pitch strikes, like, they're gonna get some money. So
I love that.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a great nugget.
Starters, bullpen, like, we're trying to pick each other up. Offense has been doing an awesome job staying in the games. It's just fun to be a part of a team that's just the sole focus is just trying to get a win any way we can.
And how about New York in general? You're from Mission Viejo, California, Orange County guy. You played your college ball UCLA, drafted by the Halos, spent your entire career there prior to. Now you come 3,000 miles east. I know you were down in PSL for a while, but now you're here in New York. So what are some of your favorite things about the big city?
I love it so far. I mean, it's different for sure. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I might be a little more prone to like going out and doing things just because, I don't know, when you're in one place for so long, you kind of get stuck in your routines. And so trying new things. My girlfriend and I just went to Central Park last night after the day game and just kind of walked around. Super nice. It was really nice out. Still probably got to explore around a little bit, get some more food and stuff like that. But I'm really enjoying it.
Have you been to Astoria?
No.
All right. So we got Mr. Astoria. This guy's the pseudo mayor of Astoria. Is there a mayor of Astoria?
No, there's probably like
borough president.
Probably
or something.
a comptroller.
Okay. Well, if there were a mayor or something, he's a
district councilwoman, probably.
Well, this guy knows where the best spots are to go, at least in Astoria.
10 minutes away.
Okay.
It's right here.
Yeah.
It's
What
right
kind
here.
of food do you like?
Everything.
You like Greek food?
Yeah.
Astoria's like
it's the
basically
capital.
It's a little Greece, basically.
Okay. Cool.
It's basically Santorini. It's the Santorini of Queens. That's what I always say, at least.
So, being that you were with the Angels for so long, from 2019 all the way up to last year, you obviously spent a lot of time with Shohei Ohtani, a guy that every baseball fan is just pretty fascinated by, and you don't get to hear that much of him. So being a guy that was in pitchers meetings with him and getting to know him, what's it like watching a guy like that work?
Yeah. I mean, I think you hear a lot of guys talk about his routine and how focused he is. He has to be just doing pitching and hitting. But yeah, just knows his body really well, knows himself really well, really good at, like, I've seen him be hitting in a game and he'll like have a ball in his hand and go down the cage, and then the next day he's trying a new pitch and it's usually pretty good. So just crazy talented, obviously. But I mean, when you're with him every day, like he's just one of the guys. Just fun to hang around with him and watch him pitch, watch him hit. I think we kind of took it for granted, like just being able to watch him every day and see how special things were. But yeah, I mean, he's just one of the guys.
You talked about knowing your body, your routine. Just a little research. I actually watched your Inside the Halo episode you did last year. So
Under the Halo.
Under the Halo. We're all about team-run podcasts here.
That's Meet Me at the Apple. That's
yeah.
the same mistake.
That's my bad. But I heard that you do Pilates a lot. So can you talk a little bit about why and how you got into that?
Yeah. So in 2021, I had a stress fracture in my back. So I missed half of 21 and then all of 22. So I think I was just looking for something different just to figure out what could click for me and help me stay on the field, and kind of collaborated with some of the medical staff over there. They ended up sending me to a PT clinic in Newport Beach that had a Pilates studio in it.
Was it on the water? Like very serious?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, instantly just kind of fell in love with it. It was just something new. We get in the routine of lifting weights, and it's easy to see other guys around the league and what they do and kind of be like, oh, maybe I should be doing that. Instead of kind of just like taking a look in the mirror and maybe trying to understand what might work best for you. So yeah, the Pilates has been super awesome for me. Like just learning kind of some compensation patterns that I have, just really like learning more about my body. Just little things like understanding how to rotate a little bit better or use my hips a little bit better. And then shout out Priya, my Pilates instructor back home.
What up, Priya?
I could go to her and kind of tell her things I wanted to feel in my delivery, and she would come up with exercises to help me feel those things. And then I just started going to a new place out here.
I was going to ask, who's the home instructor now? What's
her name's
his or
Mia.
her name?
Her name's Mia at a Paradigm Studio.
Are we talking reformer, like full?
Some reformer. It's like classical Pilates, but yeah, some reformer, some Cadillac, the chair, a lot of different things.
Cool.
Want to ask you about your offseason. Before you signed with the Mets, you had a little stopover with an NL East rival. What was that whole situation like? You know, being traded to Atlanta, thinking that you're going to be a Brave, and then you're not, and you come here, and it seems like it worked out pretty well so far.
Yeah, for sure. For sure happy where I ended up. But I mean, I got traded the first day of the off season, so wasn't necessarily expecting it, but I mean, didn't have the best year last year, so wasn't super surprised. But I mean, talking with Anthopoulos, their GM, I don't know. I could kind of get like he was very upfront and honest with me that they were still going to be in the market, like looking for guys, and they might trade for a guy. So I was going to be going there and competing for a spot in the rotation. Yeah, it was pretty short lived. Once I got non-tendered, so just kind of moved on from there.
So you talked a little while ago about looking at the Mets and being like, oh, it's easy to say that you can come over here and everything can be great, but what was it about the Mets, and what was your impression of this team before that made you say that's where I want to be?
Yeah, I mean, obviously last year watching from far, just kind of the vibe that they had going. They're having a lot of fun. I think Sean was a big part. You could see Sean on the bench, like just the camaraderie that they had top to bottom. But then you see guys around the league like Sean and Severino last year that kind of come over here that they've been good, really good major league pitchers, but they kind of come over here and maybe somebody says something a different way, or the medical staff has some stuff that they see that they think could help you. And things can kind of take off. So kind of went over some of that stuff in our offseason meeting with them, and obviously really, really grateful that I ended up here.
We remember the start you had against the Mets last August, but we don't have to get it. It's a good start for you. Bad day for Mets fans. I got one more question for you. It's kind of a sell. You know, we're talking nicknames. We like to give guys nicknames. So I have a couple options for you, and you could tell me you like one, both, neither.
I have an idea as well that I didn't even bring up to you.
All right. So the first is the Can Man, which I'm sure you probably
I've
heard that one before,
yeah.
right? So where are you on that one?
I don't mind it. I
All right.
don't mind it.
How about this one? 16 whiffs against the Cardinals. Shout out to my boy Scott. I got to give him credit for this one. Whiffing Canning.
Okay, I haven't heard that one.
We're down with whiffing Canning?
I like if I can keep getting some whiffs. Yeah.
All right.
I had this concept of the K canner, where in the corner where the K corner is, we actually have people crush beer cans and put them up for every strikeout.
That's fun. That's interesting.
It's more of an activity than a nickname, but,
it's like
I love it.
We have the ghost. Like,
Yeah.
what about like people like they pound a tall boy and they crush it up?
We talked with somebody about seeing if we could get like our own personalized emojis put up there, like Senga does.
Oh, I know.
For the strikeouts.
Big Drip has one.
Yeah.
What would yours be? What should yours be? Cans?
I think I don't know. I couldn't really come up with one. Like I don't have a great nickname yet.
What about cans, like regular cans for swinging and crushed cans for looking?
Kind of like that.
All right. I mean, we'll have to talk to some graphic designers, and there's some visual
Would that be obvious on the?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, do you notice the fork? The fork just changes sides.
Yeah.
A K can. The K can. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're onto something. We'll workshop it more.
Yeah.
But this is good.
Last year, preseason, we were just talking to Luis Severino at spring training, and he just like off the cuff mentioned he liked Dragon Ball Z. So we started playing Kamehamehas after every strikeout. And then Sean Mania showed us his DoodleBob tattoo.
No, he didn't even show it. He walked in here with shorts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is that on your leg? It was incredible.
DoodleBobs went up on the board for him. Christian Scott, Back to the Future stuff. So if there's something you want to work in, it could happen. We can arrange that for you.
I'll keep workshopping. I'll try and.
You a big John Wooden guy? Maybe an inspirational John Wooden quote?
Yeah, they're like the pyramid of success.
Yes.
No, I'll keep working on it.
All right, let us know.
So before we get out of here, you did bring up how comfortable you feel throwing with Luis Torrens. Just can you talk to us about that relationship you've built with him and the comfort he's given you over those starts?
Yeah, I think it starts off the field. Like I threw to him a lot in spring, just however the schedule lined up. So yeah, I mean, we just started talking a lot in between starts about my pitch mix and how we want to attack guys. But I think it definitely starts off the field. You kind of just build that relationship in the clubhouse. And then when you get out there, you feel like you're good friends and you're kind of just out there competing together. And you can rely on each other when you need to.
And when you watch him throw a guy out, how fired up does that get you?
I mean, him and Sanger so far have been awesome this season. Like it makes it a lot easier to kind of just, I mean, you don't have to worry as much about the base runners as you might otherwise. But yeah, I mean, especially like it changes an inning. Like a guy gets on and steals and he gets thrown out. It just changes the course of an inning. So it's huge.
I know your first start, the strike him out, throw him out in Houston was big to
Yeah.
get you really in a rhythm there. Real quick, talk about, if you can, your importance or your focus on trying to control the running game. You know, people focus on the catcher a lot, but it's often on the pitcher as well. Quick delivery, having a move, base runners respect. Can you give us your vantage point there?
Yeah, it was kind of something always that in college our coach placed an emphasis on. I mean, he was there with a stopwatch, making sure we were under like 1.3 seconds
To home.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not easy, but it's too easy of a thing not to be good at and to focus on, just because it can be the difference. Like 90 feet's a big difference. Like a ground ball gets you out of an inning with a double play instead of moves a guy over and then a fly ball scores him or something. So yeah, it's too easy not to work on and be focused on. But yeah, I mean, I try and be quick to the plate. I think the pitch clock makes it a little bit easier to understand how long you've been holding the ball, just because you have an actual time of when I went home last pitch. And then, yeah, just obviously place a big emphasis on fielding my position.
I also heard you really got tight with Clay Holmes. I heard you even had a great fishing trip out in spring training.
Oh, no. Why?
Yeah, me, Frankie, and Clay went shark fishing on the beach one of the first days of spring.
You caught all the fish, right?
Yeah, we caught a ton. No.
That's what the box score says, at least.
It was fun, like just being able to hang out on the beach. But yeah, no bites.
Well,
Next time.
Griffin, thanks so much for joining us, and looking forward to that start versus Philly.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Before we wrap up, a quick reminder to head to your local PC Richard & Son this week. They're local, they're family-owned, and they are guaranteed to have not just the lowest prices, but friendly and knowledgeable salespeople.
For appliances, TVs, electronics, and mattresses, get to PC Richard & Son, the company you can trust since 1909. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time at the Apple.